Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Orlando Trejo, Brian Diaz, Brian Quinlan, Yuri Hansen, Philip Kniep, Brandon Phillips, Jeremy Meredith, Kevin Simons, John
Medball cleans with a 150-pound medicine ball. Then they've got to carry that medicine ball 100 feet down the field and do 7 parallel handstand push-ups. Then they've got to grab the medicine ball, take it all the way back to the mat, and then they start round number 2. They've got to do 3 total rounds. Josh, talk to us about these handstand push-ups.
Yeah, this handstand push-up is where this workout is going to be won or lost. As you can see, on parallettes, hands has to be grasped there, must go down, touch the head to the plate, and then come up to full extension to the top. A kip or a kick up is allowed. And now these athletes are ready to start their second round.
All right, you see on your screen Kevin Simons, also Jeremy Meredith. Jeremy Meredith, number 25. Kevin is number 52. And they have started their second round of medicine ball cleans. Those medicine balls weigh 150 pounds. Brian Diaz in the red shirt, number 24. And they've got to lift that up and then drop it over the back of their shoulder so that they show the judges that they have lifted it all the way until their hips are fully open and their legs are locked out, their knees are locked out.
Yeah, to make it an easy standard to judge, typically a clean is just from the ground to the shoulders, but here, where is that med ball sitting on the shoulders? Hard to tell where the finish would be, but we've made that easy by requiring that they dump it over their back, that where we ensure the med ball gets all the way to the top of their shoulder. And this weight is no joke, 150 pounds. This workout was announced Wednesday night. Most gyms do not have 150-pound med balls in them. At the hotel where the athletes are staying, they have available a workout room, and they had these implements in there. So saw the athletes testing out various techniques in order to get this medicine ball up and over their shoulders.
Now, Josh, this is almost like a combination between a strongman move where they're grabbing an Atlas stone, and there's your leader, Kevin Simons, number 52, as he carries that medicine ball down in his second round. And I was saying it was a combination between an Olympic lift of a clean, but also a strongman movement of lifting an Atlas stone.
Yeah, and that technique's going to be a little bit different with the stone or the med ball than it would be with the barbell, and we'll explain that when we get back to some more medicine ball cleans. Right now, this handstand push-up, as you notice, he's kicking up with his legs. That's allowed in this competition. Every competition's different. They're allowing the athletes to kip there, and this is where athletes are going to get bogged down on these handstand push-ups. Notice how deep they have to go and then drive themselves all the way up. They've got to touch their head to the plate. They have to keep those hands on the parallettes, which makes it much more difficult than pressing off a flat surface. It puts the emphasis on the tiny muscles of your triceps and less on the shoulder girdle. So this makes this movement a very difficult movement, even more difficult that we're on those parallettes.
And there is Kevin Simons as he takes one quick break. Number 52, he's going to grab that. He just finished his second round of parallettes handstand push-ups. He's grabbing that 150-pound medicine ball, carrying it back down the field of play 100 feet. He's got to drop it, and then he can start his last round. He's got to lift it 8 times, do 8 medicine ball cleans, then back down the field of action, 7 more handstand push-ups, and then back down the course, and then he'll be complete. So he is by far and away leading this competition. He's a former gymnast. You would expect him to do quite well on the sticking point of this workout, which, Josh, really is the parallel handstand push-ups.
Yeah, and this is where we're going to see the money made. Like, looking at this workout, you've got a heavy object, that 150-pound med ball, and then a gymnastics movement with those handstand push-ups. Little guys have the advantage on the handstand push-ups. Big guys have an advantage with the medicine ball clean. Now, who has more of an advantage? The medicine ball clean, if you get tired there, you drop it, you take a breath, you go back to it like Simons is here. The handstand push-ups, when your shoulders and triceps fatigue, it takes a long time for your body to reset. So advantage little man in this particular workout.
And we're seeing that with Kevin Simons, as he is in lane number 5, the yellow shirt, number 52. And there's Yuri Hansen. He won the Northwest Regional. and very, very strong athlete. There's Jeremy Meredith. He's got his hands on his knees. He's taking deep, deep breaths. So this is taxing these athletes on several levels.
And one thing you have to remember as you're watching here, this is their 4th workout already today. So these guys are tired. This clean takes a ton of ab and core strength and midline stability. Also, when they carry that med ball, they're relying on those same muscle groups. Those have been fatigued earlier with our glute ham developer sit-up toss and some of the other workouts. So it's tired muscles trying to get the work done at this point.
Now, and the best way to carry that medicine ball, I mean, you've got to carry it down the field of play. Josh, what's the best way to do that?
No,
Is
and
there
I think
a specific technique that
I think the athletes are going to be figuring that out as we go here. As we see Brandon Phillips struggling with these handstand push-ups, one of the bigger athletes in the competition in terms of body weight is really going to get hit hard on those handstand push-ups. Carrying the ball down, the most important thing is keep it off of your chest so you can breathe. Get it up there on your shoulder, allow your lungs to expand and contract, and actually kind of use that as your rest before you get back to those medicine ball cleans or the handstand push-ups at each end of the venue here.
All right, we're 6 minutes and 22 seconds into this workout. Yuri Hansen receives a no rep. His heels came away from the backboard, and he's got to come to full extension. His heels need to remain in contact with the wall.
And
there's John Para.
Such a physical and mental letdown when that happens. You've done so much work. You have to take time to recover now that you've expended all your energy for a no rep. You've got to be smart about how you finish here on these movements and make sure every bit of energy goes into a rep that counts.
Approaching the 7-minute mark, there is a 10-minute time cap on this workout. There is Kevin Simons, number 52, on your screen. He just has a few reps left, and he will be done with this workout as soon as he picks the medicine ball back up, carries it back down the field of play. He is your heat leader, and you mentioned just briefly the kip, but explain the difference between the kip and a strict handstand push-up. Could we expect to see athletes in this competition do a strict handstand push-up without a kip?
Absolutely. Now, as we watch our heat leader here, this is going to be the finish of the event for him. About 7:34. I look for our top athletes in our later heats to hit this around 5 minutes.
And there he is, an unofficial time, 7 minutes, 38 seconds for Kevin Simons, the former gymnast who really made his money on the parallel handstand push-ups.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got another athlete running across the finish line here. Now, keep in mind, these athletes, John Para there from Southern California, these athletes, not only are they competing against each other in this heat, they're competing against the clock and the athletes in the other heats. Right now, there's going to be a cutoff, a first cutoff coming up for athletes where we drop athletes and only the top athletes move on. These athletes in this first heat are in danger of missing that cutoff. They need great performances here to gain points to move up the ladder to pass those in the later heats in order to remain in the competition through Sunday.
And you see fatigue really setting in and taking its toll on these athletes. Moments ago, you saw Yuri Hansen, who just could not get up. He received a no rep. He's shaking those out. There he is on your screen. Number 38, Yuri Hansen, firefighter from Billings, Montana, and another no rep. Just frustration and
what he
fatigue.
needs to do right now is take his time, compose himself, make sure he's going to get the next rep. You missed that rep, you've lost the effort, the energy, and it takes so much more time to recover. It takes the same amount of time to recover whether you missed it or you made it, so you better make sure you make that rep. Got to slow down.
We only have 1 minute left until the 10-minute time cap, so he really needs to hustle. Our heat number 1, we've got 4 heats tonight. Heat number 1 winner so far was Kevin Simons, unofficial time of 7 minutes and 38 seconds. Philip Kniek joins the other 2 gentlemen, John Para and Kevin Simons. He has now completed his workout. There's Orlando Trejo, number 33 from Peru. Got his hands on his knees, and with just 30 seconds left in this workout, he can't take the time to do that.
Yeah, really surprised that he's struggling. He's the smallest athlete in the competition. Handstand push-ups should be an ace in the hole. He'll be back next year, and he's going to know what he needs to work on to be more competitive in next year's CrossFit Games. Now these athletes, we're closing in on this 10-minute time frame. If they do not complete the workout in 10 minutes, they're scored on how many reps they completed, how much of the workout that they have completed. So they're not eliminated from the competition. how many reps they got into this last round will be how they're ranked as they move on in the competition.
And Josh, it is crazy to see that just one movement like parallel handstand push-ups could make such a difference in the overall race. And there are your top 3 athletes from heat number 1. We do have 3 other heats coming up, so there's your leader, Kevin Simons, so far. Let's take a look back at the action that happened moments ago. That 150-pound medicine ball clean, they've got to take that medicine ball, carry it 100 feet down the field of play. At that time, Jeremy Meredith was your leader. Kevin Simons on the right in the yellow shirt, knocking out 7 of his handstand push-ups on the parallettes.
And this is where he made his money in the event. He was okay on the med ball cleans and carried it just fine, but he was the fastest athlete through those handstand push-ups.
And here he is as he finishes with 7 minutes and 38 seconds. Right now he's sitting in a really good spot to help his overall chances. We'll be back for more in a moment.